You are in the universe. This is Captain Swifty, the Ineffectual Gamer, and this is hopefully up and running, but I can't see it on YouTube yet. In a second. Please don't be messing me about. There we go. Well, let's have a look. So it says I'm live. Why is this not showing us live? 1 second. Should be. Done everything right. Hello, by the way. Just trying to get it going for me. Go back there. Right. Oh, come on. There we go. It's not showing us live yet. Yes, it is. Okay, cool. So, yeah, so it's currently sat here with a black screen, but at least you can hear my voice. It's got turned under and bad now. I'm gonna get it up and running as soon as possible. I did a graphics driver installation, and wait, why is it? Don't want it playing on there. I did a graphics card driver installation. No, it wasn't on purpose. I did it yesterday, but for some reason it didn't do it properly, and then I ended up with no graphics driver with about 40 minutes to go. And my computer is notoriously slow at booting up. I actually don't know why it's slow at booting up anymore. I've pretty much made sure that there's almost nothing running on startup, but it still seems to just have that problem. But while I'm here, I'll set the... I'm choosing to ignore you, Brian. I'll just tell Alice guy I'm up and streaming, by the way. He's tired of waiting. So tired of waiting. Right, so you got that one. We need to change the OBS for this one. We're going to do some winter flying today. I'm considering actually doing you talking about XP? I've still got Windows 95, mate. God, it is so slow though when it's doing this. It is really strange how it works though, because for example, I have a regular hard drive, Brian. I'm going to at some point look to update the, well, I think update the whole bloody thing. I think there's some things I can still save from it, but I think the motherboard's probably old now. I still think the i7 driver does alright for what it is. The memory seems okay, but so it's just on the USB. I've actually got don't know exactly, Brian, because I don't want to open the window because it'll slow everything down. But I'm pretty sure my C drive, I try not to use it up too much. I try to use it only for Windows now, and it does have some downloads in there, but it's stuff that I need for work and things like that. Everything else goes onto the slave drive. Everything, all the games, everything. But things like OBS, for example, that goes on the main C drive. Anything that's super important goes on the main C drive. So yeah, it's getting old. You know, it's like everything. It's like life. It slows down. Right, okay, I think I'm going to push for a flight simulator load up now, so that's your answer to everything, Brian, and let's face it, who the hell keeps porn on the computer anymore? Apart from you. As a hard backup, pardon the pun. But nobody has porn on their hard drive anymore. So anyhow, we'll get this up and running. It is loading. I'll just wait to see how long it takes. I'll probably run SimConnect as well. Hopefully SimConnect is fine. I like how I'm last on that LSGAT. Cheers. But it's nice to be noted in there. Yeah, I don't know, Brian. I don't know what it is that slows it down, Brian. There's a ton of stuff I disabled before because it was slow on booting up. Now, well, it seems to be running fast now because it just loaded up. Well, he spoke too soon. It loaded up Sim Toolkit Pro really, really quickly, which is how I do all the map and the speed and everything. So, um, don't say that. Don't say that. Don't say that. Oh Christ! Have you spoken too soon? I can't tab between windows. So, what about you all apologise to each other? So is it running? Or is it still in splash screen mode? It's still in splash screen mode. I was thinking of running Elite today, but because of me starting later than I wanted to start this afternoon, but I haven't been in good form today. Picture for disc. I haven't been feeling too well this afternoon, but oh yeah, it's starting to load in now and everything, so this is good. It's all good. Yeah, so I've kind of been in bed for the day, but I'm feeling a little bit better now. Charged by a bit of coffee in my new Ghostbusters mug. Oh, you can't really see it. It's one of those ones where when it gets hot, the ghost comes in. Come on. I've been streaming 7 minutes, God. God almighty. This is just too long. This is just too long. It's still got water in it. That can go there. Don't. There. No, that's alright. It's going there. Just clean up the side of my bed a little bit. I remember 5-inch floppies. That only comes in later life, Jess. That's when you're young. That shouldn't be a problem, mate. Shouldn't be a problem. Go see a doctor. Okay. Right. So I have my screen, and hopefully we'll get everything up and running. So what was I saying? Yeah. So I was gonna do Elite, but I was a bit strapped for time. But I'm gonna load Elite up and look at the controls. Try and fix the controls. Hey, we're up and running, but I'm not hearing any noise. That's my only problem. It should have made like a bling noise. Ah, it is on my TV. You can't hear it either, can you? Great. Speakers. Now I should. Yeah, we should. Now you'll be getting noise. Good. Okay. Let's keep it coming. Keep it coming. The only thing is, Sim Toolkit Pro is still loading up. I don't know why. But at least we got the game up and running. So. Oh, that was horrible, wasn't it? You'd go out the room so you didn't interfere with the sound. You'd come back only to find out it crashed halfway through loading. Were there any really horrible games back then? Apart from Ghostbusters. Do you remember the Ghostbusters game? That was horrible. That was one of the biggest letdowns of my life. That and looking at myself in the mirror. Just two things that are just they're not worth going through twice. We've got to go through the loading screens yet. Well, at least we got the music. I got this lovely view of Monument Valley, with which came with the USA upgrade. Let's put this hoodie up. It's a bit cold in here. Better not fucking have an update. Better not have a fucking update. I'm serious. If it says there shouldn't be an update, because I think I updated on Thursday. dial. I didn't even have. I didn't know what dial-up was until I went to university. So check him for upgrades. So we'll close that. And streaming. Access to the content service currently unavailable. Please show you have an active internet connection. Pretty damn sure my internet's active. I don't know why I just pressed the OBS button again though. Right, okay. You can sometimes do this in the settings. I don't know what the deal is with that. Whether their servers are actually... Access to the content service is down. I'm not quitting. You should be able to play the base game. It's still loading in the background. Oh, this is a bit of a pain in the backside. Do you quit or do you... Hang on a sec, I'm just going to see if I can get these things to load in. There, yep. That was a cheaty way of doing it, Swifty, but it worked. Oh, okay. And the other one was the overlay. Which I'll try something similar with that one if it doesn't just pop in. No, it didn't pop in. Okay. What does the title say, Jess? The title should say... No, I think... No, the title does say Flight Simulator. You're having me on. It says Flight Simulator. Oh, have I not changed the thingy? No, I have as well. Are you having me on, Jess? Is Jess watching a few days late or something? Right, so it seems to be kind of... I'm gonna click quit. I know it's probably the wrong thing to do. Are you... You can't be watching on a different stream. It does say Microsoft... on mine it says Microsoft Flight Simulator. Oh. Right, quit button doesn't even work anymore. This is good. Let's have a look. Flight Simulator Zendesk. Let's see if there is a problem with anything. Flight Simulator Zendesk. Let's see what it's all about. Are we gonna have to... I don't know whether I've had a crash. I really don't know what's happening here, but it's not loading the stuff up properly at all. So let me just go back to that overlay one. Properties 800 by 500. That should load it in, and then I can change it again. 800 by 600. And then it'll... Right. Yeah, I think I'm gonna use. That's what I'm wondering, Ellis guy. It's a bit strange, isn't it? It does say Flight Simulator on the screen. I think he's just on a wind up to try and get me to check everything. The bar moved. It moved or it got bigger, do you mean? Or it moved. It might have actually moved. Right, okay. So error. Quit that. Okay. So it says you've been signed. Ah! Now this was happening earlier with Xbox Live. Let me just load into that. Now my Game Pass is all set up, so that should be fine. Let's just go into here and type Xbox. Let's see if I... Xbox Live. Don't have Xbox Live. Don't have Xbox Live, so that doesn't matter one jot. One jot, one iota. Okay, let's see if we can do it in game. Shit. So let's have a look. Options. I'm wondering why it's saying I'm signed out of Xbox Live and nothing's working. Oh! Have I loaded up 2 bloody copies of the game? What the hell is going on? Right, I'm guessing now it's connected to Xbox Live. For whatever reason, and it's decided to load the game up again. I tell you what, considering I started rebooting my computer over an hour and a quarter ago, this is... Ah, okay, I get you. No, we haven't changed yet. No, that's only when I do a free stream. And I normally say that I'm going to change games. But you're always late, so I'm just going to turn this down a little bit because I think my microphone's a bit too high. I hate Minesweeper. No, we should be good to go now. I think there was just an issue. It's probably just my computer being a douche, to be honest. But I've nearly finished my coffee already. I've got some backup coffee, but I might have to go to it soon because my ghost is disappearing. Look, and the Ghostbusters bit at the bottom. Okay, so yes, let's play, please. So yeah, it had signed me out of Xbox Live for whatever reason. So I'm hoping now it's gonna fix it. Yep. Looks like that fixed it. Okay. I can't wait to get fucking airborne. We're gonna do a bit in the snow today, people. So bring your jackets. I love this. It loaded. Did you see that? It loaded up my hangar and now it's gone back to a loading screen. There's something supremely fishy going on here. Supremely fishy. I think it's confused because the game had already fully loaded when it I'm sick of this. Why can't my life just be normal? And let me get out of the OBS. I'm gonna make sure that it's actually loading because I've got put the old trusty map. Yes, it is loading because I've seen it move. Okay. Here we go. Hey, there we go. Okay. Right, so I've made some changes. I'm hoping that the TBM wasn't affected too much by this upgrade. To be honest with you, Jess, I wouldn't be surprised if it did. I think today I was considering doing something like in the north of Europe they've had a bit of snow, so I was thinking of maybe doing something like Hamburg 2. Oh, this one. This is. I was going to stir up the Langenby. Well, let's have a look. Schiphol. So I've got Hamburg Airport as an add-on, I do believe. Kastrup, I don't know what that one is. We could start off from there. Lindewitte. I'm guessing that. Wow, that's in Denmark. But why is that Startup or something? Malmo should be somewhere down here. Let's have a look. Just Malmo. Ah, it's because of Malmo Startup. Okay. Okay, so we could we could go from Copenhagen to Landvetter. Should we do that? Or maybe someone like Churchill to Innsbruck, but it should be over the mountains and whatnot. That could be quite interesting, though. Churchill's notoriously difficult to take off from, but we could do that one. Churchill, should we do that? That's the one with the short. The problem is that's a short runway. So let's have a look at some. Do you know what we might do? We might do France to England. We could do Charles de Gaulle to Gatwick. Do you know what? We'll do that. So it's departure. Totalitarian Europe. Yes. Yes, we are. Well, I was thinking like maybe New York to Washington or something. Or Boston to New York, New York to Washington. Yeah, let's do that. You know what? Because I really fancied doing that. We'll go Boston Logan. And we'll have a stopover in LaGuardia, which is in the north end of Queens. So we shall go. I'm gonna have a look at the flight conditions. Actually, this only says it's thingy, but I'd like it to be a bit snowy. So we're gonna go 33 left, which I don't mind, but we are gonna go from parking. So we'll go ramp 55. Says departure. Okay. Okay, so it's quite the old. Okay, we're gonna go. We'll go high altitude, but I don't think we need to be high altitude. I don't know. They might. Somebody will make a wingsuit. Believe me, Jess. Believe me. Alright, so let's sort out our departure, okay? Because I really want to try and do this in a good way. So if we are going... Oh no, we're going from 33 left. So departure... My guess would be... Pats. Let's see what that gives us. Yeah, that looks like a good departure. Looks like a very good departure, actually. Then we'll make our way down to... I'm guessing we'll come in on 31. Yeah, 31. Okay, so if we've got an approach, I don't know what the bloody approach is there. Can't be. Maybe no. No. What was that one? MIP4. Strange approach. It's a very strange approach. We're not going halfway across the frickin' country. MIP31 Nobby. That looks like a better approach, but it's crooked. So ANAV31Z would be my guess. Yeah. So that'll take us over Long Island and then into LaGuardia. Okay, that's a nice approach. It's a very nice approach, actually. Passing Stamford, Connecticut. No? And Bridgeport, Connecticut. We should be able to see. But that seems about right. Okay, so we just need to change the navlog. So I think, because our maximum altitude is 30,000 feet. Then coming down, our last is 1,700. Got to remember that, 1,700. We have to do that for Zarid, okay? Because I'm not going to use the ATC. Okay, so I'm going to do this without ATC. Right. So let me try. We were flying Dodo Airways before. I'm just going to see if there's a better livery out there. Which we've got to go with gold, haven't we? Brian would have it all gold. What do you think? Or pink? That'll really piss Elensgar off. Shall I go pink? There's There's a FedEx actually. We're doing a delivery. It's a FedEx. All right, we're doing delivery, and then we're gonna go flight conditions next, and I want flight conditions. Let's see what the live is. I think when you press custom, it tells you. So okay, so there's no snow depth here or anything. The weather's still kind of half. It's not working perfectly well, but there is a snowy one here somewhere. We have snow, blizzard. Should we do a blizzard? November flurry. Scattered snow showers. Should we do a blizzard? We can do a blizzard because we're not doing VFR, so we'll go blizzard. Okay. Right, so go back to the world map and we can click fly. Please don't crash, please don't crash, please don't crash. I noticed Brian was like, blizzard. I ain't got my normal aviation glasses today, so I'll just use these ones. It's alright, isn't it? Don't know where my aviators are. Alright, so you can see the map. It's already loaded us up in Boston. It knows where we are, so I can't wear these. They're you can't see screens. You can see the TV screen, can't see my tablet screen. So yeah, we'll go in Blizzard. Don't mind going in Blizzard. We'll do full startup, taxi, everything, the whole shebang-a-bang. We've got a FedEx delivery of fake Joe Biden ballots. Right. Needs a bit of a clean, this joystick, like. You might get a little bit of buffering at the moment, Jess. Don't worry, it'll pass. But on load up, yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if there's a tiny bit of buffering. Sorry about that. Yeah, the problem is with this game, guys, they still haven't got the weather working correctly. So the other day, for example, we had snow on the mountains, but when I loaded it into the game, there's 0 snow on the mountains. It's a bit annoying. You have to set it all up yourself, and you see a static Swifty image. Is he messing me about again? Live. Oh yeah, has that happened to anybody else? Oh, come on. It's ridiculous. Did that happen about 3 minutes ago? No, I don't know what. I honestly don't know why it's buffering. This is really strange. The output's fine. I can see my output. I'm outputting at 60 frames a second. No dropped frame rate. Let's see if it comes back up. Yeah, it's kind of half, but no, it stopped again. No, it's come back there. Probably just the game loading in, Jess. It's bizarre. It's bizarre. Okay, so we're in game. That's the most important thing. And we are in a complete blizzard. Whoa. Don't count your chickens, Brian, because I'm getting a load of static and stuff here. Jesus. Oh, Christ, what's happened here? What's happened here? I haven't done anything. Come on, please. Don't be like this. What the hell? Okay, right. Everything seems to be alright. Right. Let's get the weather off. Open the map just for good luck. It paused again there as well, didn't it? Come on, please stick with me. Please stick with me. Is this a problem with the game capture? Has it... No, this is a problem with OBS. Right, I'm just gonna do a test. Right, I'm going in game now. So I just want to see this on my playback, because if it pauses, did it pause? No, it seems alright now. I should have put my finger up there just so I knew. I don't know how far behind my stream is, so it says it's live, but I'm just not sure. Just give us a second, people. No, it's fine. I guess we're gonna have issues. Is it? No, I'm talking. Okay. I'm guessing we are gonna have issues. Is it GPU or battery? I can never remember. It's battery. Okay. Just check that the Garmin system's up and running. Okay. What I'm really worried about is when I land in New York, because I don't know whether it's going to load up, and it's put us in the bloody fuel stop, which it quite often does. So we won't even be able to get a proper pushback here. But it is what it is. So let's have a quick look outside. I'll tip my head again. So as you can see, it's pretty damn bad conditions here. Got a full-on blizzard. But we're here in the old, any old FedEx. After refueling, so. It's gonna go. Let me have a look. Yes, I know I'm tilting my head. This is how I do it. Should all be used to it by now. So we'll go dim. Wait, cabin, access lights. We'll set that to on. And pulse nav strobe, because we're about to go for an engine start, so those are up and running. Yep. I thought they'd fix the taxi lights as well, but anywho, so we'll go down here. We're going to put on the inertial separator, heat, and we're definitely going to put on some de-icing. So we'll put de-icing on everything, and I'll put the wing light on just so we can see, and we can go for a startup. So check the engines. Everything fine at the moment. Put it up to low idle. Sure we can see it going. Yep, everything's fine there. And go to automatic if it lets me. Oh, it's already on auto. Why is it already on auto? Have I? No, I haven't put it into low idle yet. There we go. Right. Okay, so that should start that up. Inert step on, that's... Oh, pitot heat should be on. No, it's not. Then we go auto bleed. We are going to mix the airflow today because it's a very, very chilly day. So we're going to mix that airflow up a bit. And we're going to knock the temperature up in the cabin as well. There's no passengers on board, it's just me. So we're going to put it on 3. We're going to enjoy this flight in nice cozy conditions. So, right. So normally we'd request a pushback, but of course can't, because it put us in the fuel ramp, and it doesn't say fuel ramp, it just says ramp. So unfortunately, we're going to have to go with the automatic pushback, but it's only a little bit of game-breaking physics. It's not the end of the world. So let's get that pushback. If it does indeed do a pushback, actually. I don't know if it has to go through the pretend thing of the whole... Am I going back? No, I'm not. I wasn't sure if it had to... Ah, there we go. Hang on. We had this problem before, didn't we? Do you remember this before? Where it was kind of not pushing back. So it did this, and then it stops, and I don't... it is kind of... It pushes back bit by bit, but I don't know why it does it. See how you have to do it like this? It's like he's slewing it. But, do you know what it might be? It might be that it's going to the active pause. I didn't know it was doing that. Well, it kind of works. Let's just slow ourselves back. Wait. If I do it plenty of times, it'll do it. Okay, so let's pretend we've done that. Let's turn off the manage radio comms. And ground service, request IFR clearance first.
Boston clearance delivery Ineffectual Gamer 907 IFR to LaGuardia ready to copy.
Ineffectual Gamer 907 is cleared to LaGuardia Airport as filed. Take off runway 33 left climb and maintain 14,000 feet. Departure frequency is 133.0 squawk 0132.
So we've set the altitude.
Ineffectual Gamer 907 cleared to LaGuardia Airport as filed. Take off runway 33 left climb and maintain 14,000 feet. Departure on 133.0 squawk 0132.
Ineffectual Gamer 907 readback correct. Contact ground on 121.75.
Okay, so we'll contact ground. Request taxi.
Boston ground Ineffectual Gamer 907 with Echo ready to taxi IFR.
Ineffectual Gamer 907 taxi to in hold short of runway 33 left. Contact tower on 132.225 when ready.
Sorry, I've been paying attention to the but my emotion. Yeah, you'll just have to deal with it, Brian, for today. Immersion.
Taxi to and hold short runway 33 left Ineffectual Gamer 907.
And great stuff, the taxi lines have not turned on yet. So this might just be to do with the position of the aircraft. It sometimes does do this. But if we look, we've only got one taxiway that's off to our left. There's no taxiway off to the right, so we know that we're definitely taxiing to the left, so I'll start the taxi. And sometimes it kicks in a little bit just as you start the taxi. So as you can see, we're climbing to 14,000 feet. Here we're going to climb at 1,700 feet per minute as usual with this plane, as most of you probably know. We are going to run some speed bugs today, so just make sure my nav's set correct. So it isn't, it's set to VOR1 and we want it on FMS. So we're going to set the speed bugs here. We're going to go back. We're going to set the minimums, which is 600, I think. Enter. Okay, and then we are going to is it in the MFD? Yeah, we're going to look at the flight plan. Oh, great stuff. The flight plan's not in there. Well, that's a good start. I don't know why it isn't in there. No reason for it. Because it is what it is. Right, we'll turn the weather on, but not on that one. I don't want it on that one. We want it on the... let's turn it off. Oh, how do I turn the weather off? Shite. Okay, it's off. We want it on that one, but I'll do that in a second. I think it's PDF map settings. Terrain... Yeah. Okay, that's the one I want the weather on. Okay. So we're pretty much ready to go. Okay, we ready? Just going to zoom in slightly. So I know we're going to clip the fuel thing in. Oh, got a nice big stall in the game. Okay, we're up and running. Okay. Okay, so hopefully as I join the taxiway at some point it should. It should kind of, the blue taxi line will come up hopefully. Because I do not know my way around this airport at all. I can zoom in on the map and use it. I could actually do it on the open map as well. Oops. So we'll get onto the actual taxiway. So have they managed to destroy part of the game again by not having taxiways now? Is this the new normal for Microsoft Flight Simulator? Yeah, looks like it's not even showing. It's not showing up at all. That's not good. I haven't missed anything, have I? No. That's a shame. You used to be able to request airport directions many moons ago. I'll bring up the map and see if we can, I'll see if we can do it through the map. Okay, we can do it through the map actually. Fuck knows how I'm gonna get there. I'm guessing I get to the end of here and then take a right. Would be my guess, but a right where? Woof. Okay. I think I know where we're going. Let me move my VF arm up so you don't have to look at it, and then any mistakes I make won't be spotted. Let's see where we are. Okay, it says we're entering a runway there, and we're not. That is me, isn't it? Yeah. I'm sure that is me. GPS turn on your GPS tracking, Swifty. There we go. Okay. We're not there yet, Brian. Although there's very little snow in this blizzard, from what I can see, but it might just be my lights and stuff. Remind taxi lights on, idiot. Doesn't make a difference in this game. You can't see anything better. So very little wind, even though there's a blizzard. So we're going to continue down this taxiway. The taxiway does not run the full length of the runway because there's two runways crossing this one. So that's why I'm just working out where I would need to go. So I need to make a right at the end of this one, and then so it's a pretty long one. Oh, what about our position? Let me just reset that. Just trying to make sure I'm not over speeding on the taxi. Sometimes at night in particular it seems like you you can go a little bit faster. There's a plane coming into land now, we can just see ahead. It seems like sometimes you can go a lot faster without realizing it. So we've got the runway entrance just off to our left, and then we're going to have a right turn, which will take us around the terminal building, which is just over there. I think me turning the engines down actually slowed me down, but there you go. So why the taxi thing isn't on, I don't know. Maybe it's turned off in the settings or something. We shall see. So we continue down this taxiway. We are going hella fast. No. Still going a bit too fast for my taste. Right, so I'm going to just zoom out slightly, and we need to take the next left. Yeah, the next left, go across the runway. We're actually going to cross 2 runways today. This will be the first one. We would check left and right as we come across, just to make sure that we haven't got any inbound flights, but ground should have told us if we did anyway, so I don't think we're going to have any problems there. I think our runway is the only active runway in these blizzard conditions. Whether there's a set runway for blizzards and stuff due to length and things like that, I don't know. So another thing, it hasn't put any snow on the ground, even though it's blizzard conditions, which we need to kind of change that a little bit. Let's go to an active pause for a second. I'm just going to bring up the weather. Oh no, snow depth is there, that's fine. Okay, so no, the weather's fine. Weather is fine. That one can go off now as well. Take off the active pause. Not the best place to stop, Swifty. Fly at night, less mistakes to be seen. Don't know what you're talking about, you should be able to see all my mistakes. Don't mind making mistakes. The only thing, as I said, the last few times when I've come into land, got this really strange thing, but I don't know if that's the calibration of my joystick. I don't do stuff like joystick calibration. That's my own issue, or my own problem. So we might be asked to stop here. No, he's coming in an hour runway, isn't he? So we'll continue across this one. He's coming from Seattle, by the looks of it. So if we're facing that incoming flight there, we're definitely on the right taxiway, because where he's going to come in and almost touch down is where we're crossing our second runway now, by the way. Just check left and right, but I don't think there'll be anything coming, even though they are lit up, but they might have to be lit up by standard. So this is the runway exit. So we're taking off where he's coming into land, basically. So almost where he is now will be where we're at the end of the runway. Please, people, if you do enjoy the stream tonight, leave a like for us. Mucho apreciado. Oh cripes! We've got to cross another runway. So we take a right at the next one. If I'm reading this right. Yeah. So, was he coming in to land on this runway? He must have. So there's 2 active runways. No, we'll be in the air in about 3 minutes. We'll be at takeoff. We'll be making a right here. I just want to check what that is. Inertial separator. Okay. So we're going to take a little right here. Follow this taxi line. We're going to cross another runway. Brian's got his stopwatch going. We're under pressure. Okay. Now this is an active runway, so I'm going to do a quick check. See that Dallas flight coming in? I should really slam on the brakes, but the ground haven't told me anything. Actually, that could be coming in to land on our runway, not this one. Yeah, I think it's coming to land on our runway, not this one. Okay, so clear of that runway, and we'll be about another 30 seconds of taxiing. We'll be making a left turn. Not the first left, it'll be the second left. I don't know if it's going to have ground markings, but I'm sure it will for that turn coming up, but I'm not sure. Yeah, it does. And light markings as well. So we're not taking this left, it's the next left. But there's not much difference, to be honest.
Boston ground, United 448 requesting pushback. Boston ground, United 448 no pushback tab is available to answer your request.
Yeah, I had that problem as well. Try doing a pushback with the active pause button. Okay, so here we are at the threshold of the runway. Okay, so we go. Landing lights. Inertial separator off. Oops. CAS will become clear, and that means we're all ready to go, so we can request takeoff. With Boston Tower.
Boston Tower, Ineffectual Gamer 907 at runway tree left, ready for takeoff IFR to LaGuardia. Ineffectual Gamer 907 cleared for takeoff runway tree left.
Fuck you. We're ready to go.
Cleared for takeoff runway tree left, Ineffectual Gamer 907.
So, flaps for takeoff. As we make this turn, need to turn my GPS tracking back on for my map. Now I think currently you'd only be able to do IFR takeoffs in these conditions. But having said these conditions, doesn't seem to be very blizzardy, does it? But I'll check my wing here. So we'll just that. It's hardly blizzard conditions, is it? But well, whatever. Let's go for takeoff. Hell of a wind coming in from that left-hand side. Do you know what? I sometimes try and use the thing, but the fake horizon, but I honestly think it's better off just going by. Okay, rotate. Oof. Yeah, we might want to rotate a little bit there. Put the yaw damper on. And then we're going to bring our flaps up. So whoa, it's throwing us around here. This is hella scary. The way it was throwing us around there, but
Contact Boston departure on 133.0.
I hope that's not... I'm just going to check the outside. I'm guessing it's flight conditions. I'm hoping it's not a bloody issue with the game again. We'll see as we get higher.
133.0 for Ineffectual Gamer 907.
No, let's not... this, yeah, it feels a bit too bouncy, but we'll see. Especially with the yaw damper on. Yeah, that flight behavior looks very, very suspicious. Incredibly suspicious. What I might do is I might try it without blizzard conditions. Maybe change it to snowy or something just for a second. See if that affects it a lot. Because it could be that we're in a blizzard, but that. Let's have a look. This guy. Snow. Let's just change it to snow for a second. So, are we still getting thrown around? Doesn't look like it, does it? Alright, so yeah, it must just be because of the conditions. Seems a bit strange for me though. Right, let's go blizzard, back to blizzard conditions. I tell you what, there we go. Let's see what the wind is. It's only 10 knots, shouldn't be. Oh, we've had another freeze. Fingers crossed, people. It's only 10 knots. It's not. It is changing direction a fair bit, though. I mean, that could be what it is. But I think it changed the time of day, hasn't it? It's changed the time of day. We're in the evening. We're gonna try and keep it that way. So you can see we've already got icing building up on the wings. We're not even that far out yet. Got it building up on the tail as well. So we'll have to see how bad it gets. So as I was saying before, we don't have a flight plan, but I do remember at Zetka or something we have to be at, what's it, 1,700 or something? Let's go and check the flight plan again. So now the flight plan's popped up here. So yeah, our ceiling is BAF 30. We should be at 30,000 feet, and then we'll start bringing it down after that. And I'm going to try and do this on my own without any ATC. So I'm not tuning Boston departure or anything. I think we should. I didn't see the runway. Was there a runway tree? I didn't see it. There shouldn't be one in Boston. But anyway. The hell are those lights back there? We've been followed by a UFO. I think we've got a UFO behind us, people. Either that or some seriously busy airspace. I don't think that's the That's not the airport, 'cause we're quite far away from the airport now. I think we have ourselves a fall. We've got ourselves a UFO. Okay, we're coming through the clouds. Get ready for your elite moment, people. Oh, look at that. Beautiful. I still think this the plane's acting slightly strange. Seems a bit too much sway and bobble for me. It seems like it doesn't know what direction the wind is. It's changing around too much, but maybe in blizzard conditions that happens. I'm not a weather expert. So let's see. So 14,000 is our first. We're currently 9,600. Desperately trying to get to 14,000. After that, it will be up. It's doing that thing again. 22,100. It's so hard to do this sometimes. So yeah. Patsy, we should be 12,000. I think we're going to make that easy. Oh yeah, we're going to make that easy. So we'll go from 14 to 30. We'll do it pretty quickly. So I'm probably going to just actually up it now. Oh. Try not to do it too fast. Our torque's playing up. I think this whole throwing us about is not normal. The torque seems to be playing up a little bit more than usual as well, but maybe it's just because they've made a change to make it more realistic and I'm off the ball. I don't know. Could be that. But it seems like the torque's needing to be adjusted far too often. That wind is definitely an issue with the thing. It shouldn't be changing direction like that. I don't think, but we'll see. It doesn't actually have a wind option, which is a bit strange. So not as much icing build-up as I thought. I thought we'd have a bit more icing build-up, but okay. See, the torque's already back up to 100. It shouldn't be up to 100 yet. I mean, I'm almost at the mid-range, and we're not. I didn't have a clue what you're on about, Brian. Don't worry. You don't have to shut up. Okay, so I'll just change that. Landing lights can come off because we've passed the transition altitude, so we go to off completely, so we don't need them. We still need everything else on. But again, the torque needs adjusting again. This doesn't feel right. I haven't flown since this update. I do realise looking at this here, we are in some pretty bad weather here. But the change in direction seems a bit odd, and the way it's throwing the cabin around, I don't think that's normal. I'm sure I'd have seen videos of this type of weather before if it acted like this, so I think unfortunately it's just the way the game's acting. So what I might do is I might change the setting to the snow setting, but just make sure it's a bit higher, because it's a bit stupid this throwing it around the cabin and whatnot, but I won't do it quite yet. So we're just arriving at the first point, about 7 nautical miles away. This is Pat's, as we can probably see down here. So we're going Colsey to Pats. Whoops, sorry about that. And Pats, we should have been at 12,200 feet. We're not. We're a little bit higher, but that's okay. And unfortunately, I can't scroll in the screen properly. Sod's Law. Because when I do that, it goes all the way down to the bottom. But that's okay, because we need to actually know what our last one is. And if I remember, it's Zarid. Yeah. 1,007. Did I say 1,700 feet before? So as we're coming in on the approach, that's going to be our final one. And because I'm not using ATC, that's the one I need to keep the eye out for. So because as we go from it would be, can't get to it. Has that done it? Yeah. Okay. So, Norby might be where we start coming down. Well, it's easy to read when I'm looking at the when I'm looking at my VFR map. So, Rhymes, CMK, Norby. I think CMK is probably the one where we'll start properly descending. I think that'll give us more than enough time to get down to the right level. It seems a bit early to be coming down at any other level, so we should be making our turn now. Wait, which I wanted to show. Yeah, so you can see we're making the turn here. Still talking the hell out of the engine, which again I'm not fully understanding why. But there you go. Change it to Typhoon. There's no excuse else, I'm on autopilot at the moment, so the autopilot shouldn't. Every time I think of autopilot, you know what I've got to do? I've got to get some clip-ins from Airplane for this stream. I really have. But this, I don't think you get thrown about this much in bad weather. Mind you, you know, I've been in turbulence before. It's not an easy experience, but it doesn't normally last as long as this. I've never known a whole flight where you're getting thrown around like this. But this is blizzard conditions. But the higher up you go, the less wind. So what do you mean those were experienced pilots? How dare you? Okay, so we've got 27 nautical miles to go to this one, so I'm going to grab a quick drink of coffee. So just bear with me. I'm going to put everything down so that I can... I think I scared the cat there, so that I don't crash. 30,000. I don't mind if I overtalk a little bit, that's fine. I'll be back in about 2 minutes, okay? Right, nice hot cup of Joe on the go. Right, actually, I should do this the opposite way because I can't hear stuff at the best of times. So, torquing the engine, as usual. There we go. Which, again, shouldn't really be. We are coming up to cruise altitude now. So this is what I meant by kind of don't really... The wind shouldn't be throwing us around too much here. So what we're going to do is we're going to change it from blizzard to snow. But we are going to change like snow depth. Maybe a bit the aerosol density. We just want the wind layer low down. So snow depth, aerosol density. Wait, what have we got? We've got an emergency, and that will be the barometric pressure, which I did reset. But it's all right. Now, normally we'd be dying here, but we'll. It does happen every now and again. I've forgotten how you actually change it. Does it do it? Is it doing it automatically? Yeah, it's going up fine. So I'll push this standard pressure. You see, this is rising. As long as this is rising, we're all right. I did press it before, and I did press it at the transition altitude. So I don't know why. I don't know why it didn't do it. Definitely pressed it because it's a button on my keyboard. So you can see that it's still climbing. It'll eventually get there. It'll eventually get there. Because you changed that pressure much lower down, so the warning came a bit too late as well. So I'm going to change maybe the aerosol density as well a little bit. Snow depth. Precipitation, no lightning. -5. Okay. Should be right. Well, I thought we'd have a few more clouds, but hey ho. The pressure should be catching up now. What's it up to? 8,600. I really don't know what it has to be yet, though. That's the thing. Okay, we're making our next turn. So this is a left turn. This is going to take us over... can't remember its name now. Which airport's going to take us over? Might have to look at my map here. Hang on. No. I can't remember the name of the airport it's taken us over, but anyway. This is Lapel. We're going to Pudgy. So we're going to continue making this turn. I don't know why I've got the cabin light or the access light on actually, because we've only got a package on board. We haven't got any people on board, so there's no point in having the package on board. It's a very, very slow turn. It's okay. I'm not bothered about it. But so we are flying over. Where are we here? I don't even know where we are. Yeah, okay. Cabin pressure's okay now, by the way, just so you know. It has got up to the correct one. Belchertown. The Amherst Centre in Amherst. Don't know what Amherst is, but if it's in Amherst Centre, I'm guessing that's a POV when you're flying at low level. I like these clouds with the kind of... Can you see the kind of mist coming off them? That's really cool. And you can see kind of light coming through them ahead of us as well. It's pretty nice. You see the lights of the town shining through. That's really cool. You can see it over there as well. It's a nice little addition. So, what was I going to say earlier? Can't remember now. Must have been a lie. Isn't that what they say? Maybe the package likes to like. Yeah, if he can't find his tablet, he's in trouble. So we're lining up to making a little turn here, lining up for Pudgy. And Pudgy would be. Can't see it. Ah, Pudgy would be 26,000 feet, so we're okay. We don't have to go down. Yeah, so it was recommended we'd be at 20 something, 26,000 feet at Pudgy, so 1,700 is the rate of climb in this. It is the regular rate of climb, so I don't feel bad using it, but might get us there a bit faster as well. What's in the package? No, I said it's a packet of Joe Biden votes, election votes. I'm trying to swing the election in Trump's favour in Boston. Ain't gonna work in Boston. So no, I don't know. I'm not allowed to look inside the packages, Brian. It's private. Being an Argos man, you should understand that concept, but I'm guessing your deliveries are somewhat similar to Ace Ventura's. Aye. Where did Jess go? Jess does this thing where he'll be hanging around, then he disappears, and then comes back. It's a busy day. So I will stream tomorrow as well, sometime in the afternoon, definitely. I'll have no problem sleeping tonight, I don't think. Like I said, I've not felt too well today, but I've picked up a little bit. I have drank a fucking shed load of coffee, like, which is probably the reason. I drank about 2 litres of espresso grade coffee in the last 2 hours, so I'm probably going to be bouncing up and down for a while, but so I might I've been wanting to try it. Apparently they've fixed the A320, so we are going to do some passenger flights one day, and I'm going to include there's an add-on you can get which kind of simulates passengers and everything, so I'm going to do all that good stuff. It's a free add-on somebody's done, and it does all different airlines and whatnot, so I'm quite looking forward to that. And hopefully being able to actually pilot the A320, because it's been so long since I've done it, but I feel really comfortable with this one. The only problem with the A320 I had was when I was landing, I seemed to be bouncing the nose, but I think I know now why I was bouncing the nose, and it was because I was pushing the nose down, and apparently you don't. You kind of let it fall gradually. I don't know how that works, but apparently it works. So open mic mask. Oh. Set micro source to micro. Set micro source to oxygen. No, don't want to do that. Close that. Don't know what I'm clicking buttons in here for. I'm probably going to die in a minute. Okay, you can see our cabin pressure here is perfect now. So we're fine. Could be that. I was thinking of getting a keg actually for Christmas, but I generally drink wine and stuff. Might do a Christmas Day stream this year. I think I did one last year. I'll probably do one this year for a short, but it'll probably be a short one. Just to wish you all a Merry Christmas. All depends COVID rules. We might not be able to have any more than 10 in stream. So I'll have to stay clear of Elite. Oh, look, we got another flight passing us there. That's not a UFO, it's definitely another flight. That's cool. I can't actually see that plane on my map, so I don't know what flight it is. So we have got quite a way. We're going to PWL, and then we're going to start our descent. We'll be starting our descent. So it's not a hugely long flight, this one. But that's because we took so long getting underway. But thank God, now it's up and running. We haven't had any problems. Crash. Oh, we've got another flight down there. We can see. That's not moving. So it's either keeping pace with us, if it's GA. Definitely an aircraft because it's above the clouds. So. Oh no, he's going a bit faster than us. Faster than us at a lower level as well, which doesn't seem to make sense. But he is. Are you going to join us in a flight simulator thing at some point, Elsgar? Well, you haven't had it on for a while. It's worth playing around with. That USA update, apparently it's really good. I haven't seen everything from it. I've seen a few bits and bobs, but... It's got the Chesapeake Bay Bridge. That's one of the specific things they've added. And hopefully they'll get this weather sorted out soon, because like I said before, I had to put snow on the mountains earlier. Not earlier, the other day. And I had to put snow on the ground in-game, which annoyed me a little bit. Because the old flight simulator used to do it, and it used to simulate it pretty well. This one, not so much, and it's supposed to. If I remember if you remember the videos of New York when it showed the time lapse of the snow, it was pretty impressive. But it seems to be a solid layer, so when you put the snow level, it's just a solid layer everywhere. It's not great, because where I live in particular, the lowland parts doesn't have any snow, but the high parts has loads and loads of snow, so it breaks immersion. So you can see that other flight here. I'm surprised it hasn't shown his tail number. You can also seemingly do this kind of live weather thing, but add extra weather in, which is quite good. I did it the other day as well, because we had snow, but it wasn't showing it. It was just showing it as cloud cover. 1 second. It's 18 nautical miles out. Let's start our descent. So, yeah, I think we should be starting our descent now. So I'm going to do that now. Wait. Yep. So bring us down to start the descent. I think we go. We have to turn the fucking V speed on, Swifty. Thanks very much. Pull back. So we need to be going down to what, 20,900. So yeah, 20,000. One thing about having this button is it's pretty changes the values too fast for me. I'd love to have the old. When I lived in England, I had all these switches and stuff, and I got rid of them because when I was coming to Spain, I didn't want to have to bring too much over with me, and I really wish I hadn't got rid of them. I had a proper flight yoke. I had switches for all the. I think I had one for the radio and one for the altitude and nav stuff. I really used to enjoy using them, but. With all this new time on your hands, Ellis guy, you want to be gaming your ass off. Enjoy it. Gaming your ass off with whiskey as well. No, I don't advocate casual alcoholism, people. I love that the fact we're in kind of a race, and I'm guessing we're both going to LaGuardia, so he's going to beat me. But as we come into LaGuardia, we might actually see him ahead of us, which I've never actually seen because I don't normally turn the traffic off, so I've never seen myself in a pattern. So we're at 26,500. We're about 4 nautical miles out. We should be at 20,950 when we arrive, but we won't be. But it's okay. We've got plenty of time. We're coming over Connecticut now. And I didn't actually realise how close Connecticut was to. Oh, we're getting a few squidgy sounds there as we make the turn. So that seems to come down to 17,300, so we'll set that. Oh, too much there. 17,300. Okay. Just checking we can talk this up a little bit. Whoa! No, we've over-talked it. Maybe they have fixed the talk or something, and I'm just doing it too much. But it feels a little bit too sensitive to me. But we can come down with a bit of speed. It's not an issue. Don't want to make ourselves purposely late. I've got a slight nose wind, 5 knots. Just coming in from our right. So as we're coming into land, it should be almost head on actually, I think, when we come into land. Oh, that looks like a windmill farm, but you never know. So these are the bright lights of New York over here, and that's what I'm really enjoying about this. That flight isn't going to New York, by the way. But look at how the sky's lit up. That is so cool. It's really good. Yeah. Well, it is good for you to play video games a bit now. You're in your retirement days. I know you're still spring chicken, but you know, should enjoy some of your days. Just do it like I do it when I can. Just put days aside. It's okay. Thursday's going to be a gaming day. Chill out. Do nothing but game. Maybe not have whiskey in with it. That's just my preference. Okay, so 13,900. We're going to take it down to 13,900. Now, one of the reasons I'm doing it so that I'm contacting everything late is because normally, sometimes the approach, the computer messes it up. So I'm going to go with my flight plan approach. If my flight plan says 13,000 feet, 13,000 feet it is. We'll slow down over rhymes if we think we're a little bit too, if we think that we're coming in a little bit too fast and too high. But we've cut 10,000 feet off already, and if I remember rightly, we've only done a very short part of the descent, so I'm quite happy with this at the moment. Got a bottle of that Ardbeg the other day, I was got, but it's very, 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 very smoky. Very smoky, but I don't mind a little dram of it here and there. Don't tell Brian, but I'm getting a bottle of Nika for Christmas. Might have to slow it down a little bit here. I do think we're coming in just slightly too fast. We have got a massive turn and approach. That's the only thing. That's why I don't want to be. That's why I don't want to pull it back too much, because we've got this massive turn and approach. But the moment says we're going to be there in 9 minutes. And I don't know. 11,100. I'll just pull back a little bit and just try and save a little bit of... I'm making time! We'll just pull back a little bit and slow ourselves down slightly, although you don't really slow down all that much. I'm not worried, because if we dropped another 10, 13... we'd only be at 4,000 feet. In that distance, that would bring us somewhere over Long Island. Well, approaching Long Island. Yeah, I don't think I'm worried about this. I don't think I'm worried about this approach at all. I love that icing effect. On the long, I think it's on the longitude. It's much better. I don't know if it's because it flies faster or what, but it doesn't half pick up some ice sometimes. Like in flight, I did a flight from Utah to Denver, and I was caked with ice. So where are we in the flight plan? We are at. We're coming to CMK, so it'll be Rhymes next, 9,300. Okay. Okay, so we'll change that down to 9,300. Now these are only small changes and we've still got a fair way to go, so 15,000 at the moment. We're still on Boston Center, which is strange, but alright, I'll leave that. I don't want to contact Boston Center because they'll start shouting rules at me of what they want me to do, so quick look outside. We have some time to go yet. So essentially that's Manhattan over there where it's at its brightest, and then this is kind of Queens and Long Island just off there. Where you see it at its brightest, that's Manhattan. Isn't that cool? And it actually does look a bit like that in real life when you're approaching, if you're approaching on a day where there's a little bit of humidity. Okay, so next one will be can't see how many feet. 7,600. So I'm gonna pull back just slightly here. 7,600. And we're gonna try and make this one. Look at the build-up of ice on the tail. We haven't got any on the nose. Oops, we've got a fair bit. Well, can't really see, but there's a fair bit on the tail. That's in the chat. Yes, yeah. Well, a lot of, I mean, all the Japanese ones have had Scottish distillers go over and teach them how to do it. So, I mean, it's not that bad, but it's just, I think it's the water. I honestly think it's just the Japanese, maybe the mountain water that just does it for me. Now it says it's capturing the glide slope. Can you see here? It says it's got the glide slope in check and everything, but I don't trust any of that. Any of that stuff. Might contact New York approaches. We're coming across Long Island. Don't really want to do it any sooner because. Oh, still zoomed right in there. Okay, so now it's saying 6,700 feet. So we'll move it down to 6,700. I'm going to just pull back ever so slightly again. Just slowly approach down a little bit, because we are over Stamford, Connecticut. So we'll then come over a little bit of water before we kind of final stages of descent. Now we come all the way across Long Island, so that's why I'm not worrying too much. So we kind of come across Long Island, and I don't even know if we touch Brooklyn or if we fly over Brooklyn, but we'll see how we get on. So I'm going to make the final changes to go down to 1,700 feet. So I'll zoom in so you can actually see the adjustments I'm making. Like I said, I can't press the button too much because it'll... And then the final is, what's the final at? Like 58 feet. I don't think if its real altitude is at 58 feet. Right, so we're putting our landing lights on. I think we'll be down to I think we'll be down okay to approach minimums now. I've definitely cut the speed down a little bit. I think I can actually start speeding up slightly now and just gaining a little bit of airspeed. I'm going to try and keep it around 220. So we're going to come down through the clouds soon. Get one last glimpse of the outside world. Well, we can't see anything below us because we're coming over water, but we can just vaguely see Long Island ahead of us. through the mist. We can't really see the lights of New York anymore, unfortunately. But you're a bit late on that reply there, Brian. You want to try... I don't know, did you say you're not really a whiskey drinker anyway? Because no, you really do have to try some of the Japanese ones, I'm sorry, but especially Nika coffee. They use a coffee... not coffee, but a coffee... thingamajig. And anyway, it makes really, really good, quite sweet whiskey, which is unusual, but I love it. Okay, I think, to be honest with you, we're losing 1,700 feet per minute. I think we're going to be absolutely fine on this approach. Hopefully the glide slope will connect this time and do it properly. Have I just had a freeze? I think I've officially got a freeze. So let's cross our fingers, because we are passing over into New York. Okay, the freeze is over. That's good. That's made me happy. Because we're coming through the cloud and we are approaching New York, so I'm expecting why is that? So yeah, we're coming in over Oyster Bay. Shame we're not following the beach of Long Island. Sometimes the approach brings you along the beach, and it's really cool. I've forgotten the name of the beach, but it's where the Long Island serial killer dumps his bodies. Bit of information for you there. But it is. So, 214, okay. Yeah, I'm really impressed with this approach. I think it's better than usual. Just getting a look at the land outside. So it should be leveling out soon. As we get to look, we can see the land and everything, and we'll be making kind of our final turn any time now to start lining up with the runway, which is why I said I was pleased with it, because I think as we arrive in Chaln, we should be at 1,700. Was it Chaln that was 1,700? No, Chaln is actually 2,000. So we kind of just missed it, but anyway, I don't mind being 300 feet under. It is what it is. We should be able to start seeing kind of landmarks and stuff. Well, we should be able to see ground sometime soon. There you go. So we just need to really start to slow ourselves down now as we make that turn. We got down a bit too quick. Maybe I shouldn't have. Maybe I shouldn't have slowed the flight down. But anyway. Because flying this low at this speed, it's probably not. It's probably against some aviation rules. When making maneuvers, final maneuvers at this height, it's probably not a sound thing either. But anywho, I like the ground cover, and we'll be coming in over Queens, so should be making the turn anytime soon. Okay, it's making a slight turn now. Yeah, slightly too low, but it is. Can you see these? All of these flights are going into JFK. How cool is that? Can you see them lined up? They're going in. That is pretty impressive. I like that. There's actually 3 of them lined up, and then there's one coming in from another direction. Actually, you can see another one behind it as well. As for LaGuardia, can't see any air traffic as we make our final turn. Start lining up. able to bring our. We'll be able to bring our. Oh, we can actually. We could have we could press the approach button now. Once we line up, can you see? Look, here, this purple diamond's right in the center. So as soon as we make this finish, as soon as we finish this turn, I can actually click the approach button, and the plane should do everything else for me apart from control the. So I'm going to put the landing gear down. Keep the finger on the pulse there. It's quite a long turn. This. It's not a. It's very very subtle, but it's a long turn. But once we're over Charm, I think it is, we can click approach mode and need to watch the speed and everything here. So put our first flaps down. Okay, so we're almost lined up here. And we should actually request New York approach. Contact New York approach.
New York approach Ineffectual Gamer 907 is at 1,700 feet, climbing 14,000 feet.
Ineffectual altimeter 907, New York approach continue as planned. Altimeter 29.92. Ineffectual altimeter 907, you are 12 miles southeast. Maintain present heading and altitude. Expect vectors are at Zulu runway tree 1 approach.
Okay, so now I should be able to click the approach.
Ineffectual altimeter 907, you are 12 miles
No, I'm not
southeast
climbing
of
and maintaining.
LaGuardia. Climb and maintain 2,000 feet.
Okay, so there's the runway, so we'll just wait for it to...
Climb and maintain 2,000 feet. Tower on 118.7 Ineffectual Gamer 907.
Just want it to line up those... line up that approach. And I've clicked the approach mode. So, this should do it correctly this time. I'm going to keep an eye on it and I'll take over if necessary. But we're on the approach. Everything seems fine, so...
Tower Ineffectual Gamer 907, 10 miles southeast inbound Arnav Zulu runway tree 1 approach. Ineffectual Gamer 907 Tower. Cleared Arnav Zulu runway tree 1 approach. Altimeter 29.9 wind 284 at 8. Cleared Arnav Zulu runway tree 1 approach Ineffectual Gamer 907.
Okay, so... we're now going to go for second flaps. Again, we'll lose some speed. A little bit of speed, but... so we've got quite a bit of a crosswind here. Actually, the funny thing is the snow's blowing in one direction, and my thing is telling me that the that the wind's from another direction, which is a bit strange. But I'll get used to it. So I've got the approach set. Just making sure that the speed isn't too fast. So it should start descending us at Zarid. I think it'll do it. I think it'll do it at Zarid. So we're not quite there yet. We're probably about 2 nautical miles from Zarid or something. Runway is definitely set. We're at a good level here. Definitely a good speed. Holding 83, which is probably about right. Flaps are full. So is the landing gear. Fully extended. Flaps are in landing position here. That's all on. So you know we are ready to land. Landing lights are on too. Just gotta hope that this approach does grab the glide slope. If it doesn't, I can manually land. It's not, you do manually land the final part. But the whole point of the glide slope is at some point it grabs it. So I think it's gonna do it at Zarid. But we'll see. Okay, so you see now it's adjusted the plane, and now we're in the approach mode. So it's got its eye on exactly the right spot on the runway to land in. We're doing 87, so we're picking up speed because the nose is down, so I'm going to just pull back on the throttle slightly.
Ineffectual Gamer 907, cleared to land runway.
So we've got landing clearance.
Wind 284 at 8.
Acknowledge that.
Cleared to land runway 31, Ineffectual Gamer 907.
I want to be about 85 knots. I think normally I come in at around 80. But you can see we are losing altitude, and that's because it's following this glide slope here. So this pin, it'll keep it in the middle, it'll adjust the nose, and it should come in for a sweet landing, he says. As Ella's guy grabs his popcorn. It's looking good at the moment, looking very nice. Probably turn this thing off now. I really don't think I need it as much. I did do a manual landing the other day where I think without this, and I came in a little bit too steep, but I saved it, so it wasn't the end of the world. We're still losing altitude, but that's fine. Just picking up a bit of speed there, so I just want to be aware of that. I can go into the speedbook setting, but I think I'm too close to the airport now to mess about with speedbook settings and stuff. So I'm just going to bring it down to like 80, more or less. Okay, let's do this. Oh, I like coming in at this height, just looking at the buildings. Would have been better with a little bit more visibility, but it is what it is. Our minimums is 600, so I think actually minimums is 300, and you're supposed to be able to see the runway. If you can't see the runway, you're supposed to abort it, but I can see the runway now. And we're at 740, so I don't think I need to worry too much about that. Look at these buildings around us, look. Oh, this is so cool. I love landing over Queens. I love it. Oh, I tell a lie, I couldn't actually see the runway, but I've got loads of aerosol sensors up. But normally I think it's 300. If you can't see the runway, you have to abort the landing, but I think we'll be okay. It looks like the approach hold is very much doing its job. This actual plane has it does do its call outs. So it normally says minimums and stuff like that. For some reason in the game it's not set, but you can make some changes and set it yourself. So it's something I'm considering. So we are at 400 feet and we still can't see the runway, which should be like, it would be coming to absolute minimums now. 60, 50, 40, 30, 20. Oh, I can see the runway now. Just now. So I see we got the PAPI lights are showing 4 red, which means we're a bit low. Oh, PAPI lights have disappeared. That's dangerous. We'll be okay. And I think the runway's at 50 feet or something. Well, we're slightly low, but we're not super low. Okay. Lift the nose up slightly. Okay, we're over the threshold, so we can fully gear back. That was a nice landing. That was soft as a baby's bottom.
Ineffectual Gamer Niner, 7 turn next taxiway.
Okay, the taxi thing's finally showing. I think there's a taxiway just here. No. Put a bit of juice in it. Don't want to be losing too much speed because he's going to start arguing. So that was a nice landing in these weather conditions. That was a nice landing.
Ineffectual Gamer Niner, 7 exit runway.
I wish he'd just give you the chance to get off the runway. I really do. It's totally unfair for him to be shouting at you when you're actually. I did that pretty much correctly.
Ground on 127.675.
So I don't know if LaGuardia was one of the places to get an upgrade. I don't think it was, to be honest. I'll have to double check. But
127.675 Ineffectual Gamer Niner 7. Ground Ineffectual Gamer Niner 7 taxi to parking.
Ineffectual Gamer Niner 7 taxi to general aviation parking using taxiway Juliet Bravo Golf Alpha.
Taxiing to general aviation parking using taxiway Juliet Bravo Golf Alpha Ineffectual Gamer Niner 7.
so yeah, that was a good flight. I really enjoyed that one. What do you think? What did you think? Everybody's upset because it didn't crash, I know, but wait until I do the A320. You can watch me kangaroo it down the runway as much as you'd like. No, I was pleased with that. I was very pleased with that landing. It felt good. It was a bit low, and you know, when shouldn't have been that low, really. In reality. Jess will come back now I've landed. Jess will come back and be like, "Ah, kids, how's it going?" don't know where the general aviation parking is. It's well, 0.21 miles, so it can't be that far. Ah, I think I see it actually. I love the airport map actually. You can't see it because you can only see that satellite map. But where you see the satellite map, I have a VFR map, and it actually shows the airport in almost full detail. I say almost because you don't exactly see where every building is and whatnot. But it is very, very good for airport navigation. Okay, I can see the parking spot now. Although it's general aviation, it is in the terminal. A bit weird. We're stopping at ramp 63. I'm sure this isn't general aviation. Absolutely sure of it, but you know what? I'll take it. It's telling me to park there, so that's where I'm going to park. Right near the tower as well, actually. Maybe there is some general aviation. I mean, we are... I just think doing a delivery... Oh, well, we are doing a delivery, so maybe it has to be handed off in the terminal. Who knows? The only shame in this game is there's not more radio chatter, but again, there is an add-on for that, and it is something I'm looking at to put in. You don't, it's not payware, it's freeware, but I don't always like putting these things in because they're all going to take up system resource, so I have to read about them and see exactly how they connect to the game and whatnot. And if they connect with the game, I'll certainly bring them in. Bring them on board. There's no ground crew here. I'm guessing it's a bit too chilly for them. I'll get right up to these doors. Well, maybe you don't get ground crew here. And we am losing my joystick. Okay, and we are just slightly more power. There we go. Okay, that's pretty much it. So we shall set the parking brake. I'll turn off the yaw damper actually. Set the parking brake. Turn off the master caution. And we can cut the engine. I've forgotten how you cut the engine in. I always say this. I never know how to cut the engine in this. Is it just simply engines off? Or is it ignition got off? Might just be ignition off. Let's see. Are we dropping RPMs? Nope. Oh, we can do it through the close the fuel valve. I think that's cheating technically, but if it works, it works. We can turn off those. Turn off all lights there. Turn off all the pitot heat and everything. Turn off the AC. Well, turn off the bleed. Okay. that looks done. Okay, so good flight. Oh, I don't know what that ticking is. It's something or other, but I don't know what it is. I don't think that's going to take us back to ignition or anything, is it? No. Okay, so, well, that was good. I was going to say you probably missed half of the important crimes going on. Okay, we'll do it. So now it does register your flights now. It never used to. It never used to, unfortunately, it never used to register your flights properly. But now it does, so, which is good. I've seen it. Now your logbook should work better. Because it's realistic, Ellisgard. The pilot, you don't see pilots turning radio chatter off, do you? Package is ticking. It could be that. You might be right. Okay, so let me just check the logbook. I've now got 83. I've only got 83 hours in game. I really thought I had more than that. But yeah, only 83 hours. Isn't a lot. It's rookie numbers in terms of. So it's just 4th of the 12th, which is a test flight I did. So total flight time 3 minutes yet, because I was only testing it. So okay. So yeah, it logged that one correctly. It's logged other ones as well, but it hasn't been logging correctly for ages, but now it seems to be. But I've only had 83 hours in the air. It's pretty ridiculous. 9 night landings. Or 18, sorry. No, 18 takeoffs at night. 9 landings. 122 takeoffs in the day and 70 landings. So it has logged some of my older ones. Partial flights. I wonder if you can knock some of those off or something. I'm sure you can at some point. It'd probably work okay. Okay, so right, people. I'm gonna call it an end to the stream. I was gonna actually stream and for another for about another 30 minutes, but I'm not going to be able to get. Well, no, you know what? I'm not going to end it. I'm going to stream for a little bit longer, but I'm not going to do the flight that I thought I was, or that I was going to do, because it'll take too long. But let's have a look. I did want to see. Right, let's change the flight conditions to clear. Live. Maybe we'll see what it's like. World map. It's got world map, and I don't want to make this too difficult on myself. So let's. Wyoming will be here, isn't it? Yeah. I just wanted to have a look at the new improved Devil's Tower. Okay, so we're going to go from not Hullet Municipal. We're going to go from. We can't go from IP Ranch because IP Ranch is. Maybe it's Hewlett Municipal. I always thought it had a different name, but anyway. So we'll go from runway 13, so we know that our thing will be on the right, but we're going to put it into our thing anyway. So, but we are going to take a different aircraft, and I think we're going to take the Diamond. I don't know which other others have the. I don't want to take the Icon because it'll take way too long to get there. I don't know which other airplanes have the Garmin 3000. I wonder if the Cirrus does. Let's have a look. Maybe the Cirrus does. These ones probably do the Beechcraft, but I'm not a big fan of the Beechcraft. I don't like the way it takes off. I think I've flown the Cirrus before and had trouble getting it into the sky, but let's give it a go. Okay, or we could just take The diamond. No, we'll take the Cirrus. We can do this. I'll take the Cirrus. Hopefully it'll work. Okay, let's go back to the world map. We're going to put Devil's Tower into our... oh, no, we need an arrival airport. So, let's choose, seeing as we're going to Devil's Tower, and we're also going to go see Mount Rushmore and Crazy Horse Memorial. So, we're going to put Rapid City as our arrival. And then we're going to add Devil's Tower. We're going to add Crazy Horse. And we're going to add Mount Rushmore. Sod knows what the game wants to do, but anywho. So, why it won't do it just direct low altitude airways. That's better. Let's add Devil's Tower. Add. Take out that. I think. Yep. Okay, we can add Crazy Horse. And we can add... No, we can take that one out. Let's do this piece by piece. Remove. We can add Mount Rushmore. Okay. I think that should be good enough. It doesn't matter about the approach and everything because I'm not even that interested in landing, to be honest. So we're going to go preset. We're going to go clear skies and middle of the day. So flight conditions middle of the day. Is that right? Yeah, 3:30 set. Actually, we'll even push it back just a little bit more so we know that we're going to get to see everything. And hopefully we can do this in like 20 minutes or so, I think. Let's go back to the world map and we'll click fly. Just make sure everything is back and set. So don't forget, if you're enjoying the stream tonight, please do drop a like. It does help a little bit. Turn that off. Don't know why that's there. Doesn't need to be on that either. We'll turn that off. Okay, so yeah, I don't know what this has got in on board. Whether it's a G1000, I hope it's not G1000 because I know how to use it, but I'm not great with it. But I suppose with my auto buttons now, I'm probably a little bit better than I used to be. So this is not the add-on Devil's Tower that I had before. This is in the base game now with the world update. So Crazy Horse and Mount Rushmore as well. So we're probably going to get the probably going to use the active pause a little bit and get the drone out. So to have a look at these. Taking a while to load up, but sometimes does a little bit. Okay, there we go.
Whiskey 4 tree traffic, Ineffectual Gamer Niner, 7 taking off runway, 1 tree south departure.
So we're pretty much ready to fly here. Okay, so let's have a look what we're working with here, because I really don't know. We don't need to use radios or anything. I don't actually even know if we need to really use the... Yeah, I don't like this one. Okay, so heading. Altitude select. Okay, okay. So I'm supposing nav button needs to be active. Maybe flight director as well. We can set the. So we're gonna set for like 1,000, I think. Wait. I don't think we need to go more than that. What are we at the moment, actually? Our actual is 4,200, so we might actually... Is it 420 or 4,200? No, 4,200. So we need to be at 5... or 4,000... Let's do 4,400. Okay. So, 4,400. Is there a vertical speed on this? Yes, there is. So we'll turn vertical speed on and we'll do it at, I don't know what the actual vertical speed on this is, but let's say 300. Caution off. Don't need to worry about that. So we're all ready for takeoff. And our first place will be to the right of us. So hopefully everything here is going to go swimmingly and according to plan. I think. I'm glad it's got a flight leveler mode actually. I don't even really need to use the autopilot, but let's see if we can get this thing in the air, okay? So we're going to take off. Get down, cat. We're going to take off the parking brake. Just set our viewpoint correctly. What the hell are the control? Look at the control on this thing. What a strange... I wouldn't feel comfortable flying that at all, but anywho. Let's get going. Good movement to start off with. Don't know what takeoff speed is. I'm going to give it a rough guess that we can probably get off at 80 knots. Might even be less than 80 knots. Might have like a 70 takeoff or something. Let's try it out. Yep, we can take off around there. So touch the brakes. Let's bring any flaps up. I don't know if there's any flaps on it. And we've engaged the autopilot and we are nose diving. Fantastic. Okay. So maybe we need to take the Yeah, maybe we need to take the autopilot off and just fly this. No. Just take the autopilot off and fly it. I've got enough torque and everything. So we're going to make the right turn straight away because we don't need to worry too much about all these. Oh, this isn't looking good. Unless it's just not jumped in. But I am not seeing Devil's Tower where it should be. Which is never a good thing. Now I have done the upgrade. I know I've done the upgrade because I checked with Washington. Let's see if it pops in. I don't know why it's not there. There's no reason for it not to be there. And it shouldn't need to pop in. That is super strange. Super strange. Definitely in the correct place because it's the IP ranch there. And it should be right in front of us, and it came with the update. But Devil's Tower is not there for some reason, and I don't know why. It's not going to pop in late. I can guarantee you that. Why it's not in there is really... makes zero sense. Now I did delete my old Devil's Tower and I'm hoping that it didn't, but it can't have deleted anything from the game. It can't have. The game files are separate. So there's maybe something to do with that. Just wondering if it's anything to do with that. You know, I was having problems connecting to the internet, or it said I wasn't connected to the internet. I'm just wondering if it only loaded up the base version of the game. They might have Ella's car. It's so strange. It should be there though. It shouldn't. This shouldn't be an issue. But what's worrying me is, you see, it says Devil's Tower, Devil's Tower. That might be where the issue lies. Because with me deleting the other one, I think it's affected. I think it's affected it. But let's see. We'll make the turn. We're gonna go see the next one, which is 24 nautical miles away, and that will be Crazy Horse. Now this one I've not had in the game before or anything, so there shouldn't be an issue with that at all. So we're going to use the leveler button here. instead of the autopilot. Okay, so well, it says engaging autopilot now, but we're going to use that leveler button, just so we're flying level flight, which is really cool. I do like how these days I seem to be able to just wait, we're overspeeding here, stressing the aircraft a little bit, but I do like that I can jump in an aircraft and work it out pretty quickly. Obviously not following any real flight rules, but click the autopilot off now because we're actually a little bit too low, so we've got to go up a little bit. It says our next one's at 11,000 feet, so is that 7% climb, and we'll push the engines to max. Didn't realise that. So I'm really hoping that this this actually works correctly. Put on the wing leveler here. Should be fine. We should be okay to level off here. If we need to come up again, I'll come up. Now this is somewhere around here will be where Crazy Horse is and thing. I'm just really hoping that it's not because I've had the internet thing turned off, because it was an installation, so it should be there. I'm going to use my VFR map here actually, just to work out where I am in regards to where I want to be. We're still a fair way away from Crazy Horse. I like that it says engaging autopilot. It's pretty cool. Just going to move my VFR map over. You don't need to see that part. So this 16 nautical miles is Caras. It's called Caras. And then the next one would be Crazy Horse Memorial after that. But it should be pretty much in a straight line. So my guess would be, I don't know, maybe somewhere over here or something. I'm overspeeding, stressing the aircraft, but it doesn't matter for the sake of this flight. Because we've got a little bit of a dig to go. I'm guessing Mount Rushmore's somewhere over there. Something's bothering me about that. Get out. Something's bothering me about that Devil's Tower not being there, because I had that issue where it said I was offline before, and because we were flying in a blizzard, we didn't see anything. But it might have put the base. It might have put the base game in play. Which, if it has, that's not good for us playing it. You know? Yeah, stop playing up. No. It's a real shame that it didn't show up. I was really looking forward to actually seeing the game version of Devil's Tower. But yeah, even the terrain seems a little bit too kind of flat here. Oh, I took my Xbox thing by accident. Let's stick with it for a while. I love the fact that we're losing altitude even though we're not technically losing altitude. We're flying flat and level. But we're climbing all the time, so it's counting it as losing altitude, which is pretty strange. Pretty strange. Just gonna see if we can see Devil's Tower behind, but it hasn't popped in. No, it hasn't popped in. Definitely an issue there. Okay, so I'm just gonna turn it off again a little bit, just gain a bit more altitude. Yeah, this terrain doesn't look right for it, and I'm not seeing mountains or anything over here, which is kind of, it's not filling me full of confidence. Crazy Horse is literally dead on ahead, and there's no, even though we're kind of half climbing, half sitting there, this doesn't look like the type of terrain that's going to have it. It really doesn't. So I don't know if that whole internet thing has really caused this issue. It's very, very possible it did. I don't feel like I'm necessarily looking at a rundown version of the game, but I don't know. I don't know 100%, so okay, I'll put the wing leveler on again. I do love that wing leveling option. It is in the TBM as well. It's very, very good for just basic VFR. So we've still got a way to go, though. We're only kind of halfway to Crazy Horse. So if I actually shift our thing up to about, let's say 7,000, and if I go down here, we could turn off the leveler but turn on the autopilot. Let's put a bit of vertical speed into it. So we'll say, let's say 300 feet per minute. Puts on a very, very slight incline, and then we can just let it take care of it, because it'll actually fly the route now. So because I don't think we need to lose any altitude. I think it's pretty good altitude. So already I can see the sticks coming down here. So what I'm looking at is this here, and this is where it should be. And it's quite a way off, so I'm supposing something could come in. But I just have this really bad feeling that it's not there, and that it's an issue with the America update. The thing is with the American update, as I think with the Japanese one maybe the same, but I don't remember having to do it. You have to kind of buy it, so it's free, but you have to act as though you're buying it. So you have to go into the game shop, buy it, and then it will install it. But like I said, there's something telling me that this update maybe just had an issue. So I don't know if I'm gonna have to maybe take the update off and maybe just put it in again. I don't know. Because I'm telling you, this terrain, it's not correct for what we're looking for. I know, because I've seen videos of it. If it was flying me towards this terrain, it would make sense. Or it could make sense. You know, that's possible. But where Crazy Horse and Mount Rushmore is, I mean, unless there's a sudden drop in altitude, I can't see it being there at all. I really can't. And we're not actually following the autopilot route here for some reason. I think I know. Think I know. Right, where is it? Where the heck is it? Oh no, I've got the nav set. Is the correct nav set on there? Oh God knows. I don't even know how you do it on this one. Well, not to worry. We're heading more or less in that direction. Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. I don't know what it is, Alex. No, it's nothing to do with me. This is the game that's done this. Definitely nothing to do with me. We could slew there. Do you know what? I think I'm going to do it. I think instead of actually going in the plane, I'm going to put on the active pause. I'm going to go outside. Okay, and we're going to go blah, blah, blah. Because I'd rather not fly the whole distance there and not see it. That would really kind of piss me off. So I'm just going to use the drone because I can get there much faster with the drone camera. And like I said, we're a long way away, and I'm starting. Look, I'm starting to see mountains now. So let's go check it out. Just gonna try and get this to speed up. I don't know what the maximum speed is. I don't want it too fast. So see, here you can see now we're getting a bit more valleys and altitude. It feels a bit weird with the drone. I know. It doesn't feel. Will you give over, cat? It doesn't feel right with the drone. I know, but. So we're now getting into, okay, so it's looking a bit more mountainous, but still not so much. But you do have to be kind of low to kind of start appreciating it, but yeah, it still feels a bit low. I'm considering the US had a specific update to fix that. Well, Mount Rushmore must be over here because Mount Rushmore's right next to it, isn't it? Right. So this will tell us where and when. Let's bring it down a little bit. Let's let it pop in. Pop it in. Yeah, it's not in the game, is it? No, absolutely not. So what has happened? I have no idea. I would expect this hill here. Oh, it's loading in some of the textures still. This would be somewhere where Mount Rushmore is. Once the textures pop in, we can probably spot where the visitors centre is. But I'm expecting Mount Rushmore is probably here. Would be my suspicion. Ah, no, is that it? Ah, see, it might have Mount Rushmore. It has. Oh, that's really weird. So it's got. I wonder if I had a crazy horse thing in there because it's definitely there. That's Mount Rushmore. Whoops. That's pretty damn cool. So why the crazy horse one's missing? Maybe I had her. There's the amphitheatre. There's the visitor centre. So maybe I had the crazy horse add-on. But it does seem weird that you're taking the add-ons out and it's taking the stuff away. That's not good. Because that means I probably have to rebuild the game again. So I might have to uninstall everything and rebuild it one day. I think. That's not good. But it's pretty cool. So let's see Mount Rushmore in some different weather, shall we? Let's close it up a little bit. Let's see Mount Rushmore in rain. Whoops. Let's take that off. That's not terrible rain, is it? Maybe it's just coming in. Let's see it in snow. See it in snow. Oh, look at that. Beautiful. Beautiful. Beautiful snow. Oop. Keep trying to use my mouse too. Oh, hang on a minute. What the hell's going on now? Okay, now I can control my drone. That's pretty cool. Oh, look, we can see a double rainbow there. That's pretty cool. Everything covered in snow, like that. She's trying a blizzard. But nothing on the rock, that's the only problem. You know why? Because they've added that on top of the original map, and so you'll never have snow on top of it, which again... Immersion. I don't know why there's these big lines around it. Is it like that in reality? I honestly don't know. Honestly don't know. Anywho, I'm going to leave the stream at that then. Now we're at Mount Rushmore. I'll leave you with that image for the rest of your day. I'll be around tomorrow at some point, so keep an eye out. Do keep an eye out for the stream. I'm going to be streaming something else. Not going to tell you yet, but it rhymes with my meat. Okay, so I'll say 9-7. Enjoy the rest of your day, and I shall see you tomorrow. Oh. What are you still here for?